All right, guys, I'm going to get this started here in just a second. I'm just going to let a few more people hop on, and then we will get this rolling. And we will talk about some stormy weather heading our way across the Arklatex and across the South. And it looks like really this is going to be lasting for the next couple days. So, and if you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to jump on and try to ask what you want, and I'll hopefully be able to get to as many as possible. But I decided to jump on here, do this quick little Facebook Live while I'm on my dinner break. I thought it would be a good time to kind of jump on and let you guys know what to expect over the next couple of days. We do have a very active weather pattern setting up. We have multiple systems that are going to be tracking through the region over the next week or so. The first one is going to start to move in overnight tonight, and it's going to bring some widespread rainfall late tonight, and this is going to last all the way through potentially Wednesday morning. Could be talking about some very heavy rain across the area. It looks like the showers start to get going later on tonight, and then that rain is going to get very heavy late tonight and potentially through the day tomorrow. Could see some pretty heavy rainfall across the area, and we do have a flood watch that has been issued for parts of the Arklatex. We also could see maybe some severe weather threat, especially by the time we get into the weekends. There's a lot going on out there, but let's kind of start off with some of the forecast models that we're looking at this evening. And here's the one that I want to show you. So this is the brand new HRRR. This is the high resolution forecast model that actually just came in this evening. And hopefully you can see that okay. But where I'm pointing my little pointer there, you can see how it's coming up with the point soundings. And that basically is showing us how much rain we could be seeing over the next let's see, this goes all the way through Wednesday afternoon. So this is pretty much from now through Wednesday afternoon. So let me kind of backtrack this just a bit. So again, not seeing too much out there just yet, but that rain is going to start to develop overnight tonight. And then again, we're talking about potentially some heavier rain as we get into the day tomorrow. And so I'm going to show you the rainfall forecast going forward. And you can see how that rain is really going to be adding up. And this takes us from now all the way through this goes all the way through Wednesday at 6 p.m. So this is the next 2 days combined rainfall forecast. And you can see there's a pretty heavy swath of rainfall here. It looks like it's going to set up basically along and south of I-20. That's where it looks like the heaviest of the rain is going to be. But you can see there could be some areas down here in East Texas, down around Nacogdoches, up through Natchitoches, and even up towards, say, Shreveport, where you see that shade of red. That's about 2+ inches of rain, where you see some of these shades of yellow there, as you can see on the point soundings. That could be as much as 4 to 4.5 inches of rain. So that's where the heaviest rain is really going to be focused, is across the southeastern portions of the Arklatex. And again, that basically is going to be a pretty long swath of heavy rainfall. And that's going to start in East Texas, kind of work its way northeast across Louisiana into portions of Mississippi and Alabama. And that's going to be starting late tonight, lasting through the day on Wednesday. So let's take a look at what the actual rain, or actually what the radar is going to look like here. And we'll take a look at that and kind of how this kind of evolves over time. So again, right now, not a whole lot going on out there, but as we head into the overnight hours here, this is overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. You can see by tomorrow morning, we got some pretty widespread rain that extends from, again, East Texas up into, say, Shreveport, Bossier, up into southwestern Arkansas. So this whole band of rain is going to develop overnight tonight. And so by 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, this is what it's going to look like on the radar. And we're going to have the widespread rain across the region. And again, some of that rainfall could be pretty heavy at times. Let me see if I can change it to a little bit of a different source here. Just give me 1 second. Let me try to do a few things here. This is behind the scenes stuff, so just bear with me. All right, this is kind of a better look. But as you can see here, the showers start to develop overnight tonight, and then that rain gets heavier as we head through tomorrow morning. So this is tomorrow as you're heading off to work and school tomorrow morning. You can see that we have a pretty heavy band of showers and storms. Not so much storms. I wouldn't say we're going to see like a lot of heavy, we're not going to see a lot of lightning. We're not going to hear a lot of thunder tomorrow morning. We could hear a little bit of thunder, but it's mostly going to be this band of heavy rain that's going to set up. And this is by tomorrow morning. You can see extending from East Texas all the way through northwest Louisiana into portions of southeastern Arkansas. And then as we go through time, and again, we kind of move this forward here just a second. And let's see. So that is tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. And then we'll move this to about midday. So here's noon. And you can see how that line kind of expands across the area. And it looks like as we head through the day tomorrow, the heaviest rain is going to shift into more of our southeastern parishes. So I think places like Natchitoches probably get in on heavy rain later in the day. We're going to start off with that heavy rain in Shreveport and Bossier for that morning commute. So it's going to be a pretty slow, potentially a slow morning commute tomorrow with that potential for some heavy rain. And then as you can see, this is by midday on Tuesday. And then we take it into the afternoon hours here. And that rain is still going to be going strong. So it's going to really set up in those southeastern areas, southeastern portions of the Arklatex here. That's where the heaviest rain is really going to be focusing. You can see kind of in that southeastern area there. So that's where the heaviest rain is going to be by tomorrow afternoon. And then as we get into tomorrow evening, this is 6 p.m. on Tuesday, still got that heavy rain falling there. And then this is kind of interesting. So we might get a little bit of a break in the rainfall, but then as we get into tomorrow night, it looks like that rain's going to kind of return across the area. So this is as we get into overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. So you can see that rain kind of redevelops across the area. And then by Wednesday morning, we got some really heavy rain across the area. So this is going to be a 2-day deal. The rain's going to start, again, starting tonight, lasting throughout the day on Tuesday, and then lasting into Wednesday. So this is Wednesday morning. So that Tuesday morning commute, tomorrow morning's commute, and that Wednesday morning commute could both be kind of an issue across the area. You can see by Wednesday morning, we got some heavy rain across the area. And then we take you into Wednesday afternoon. This is noon on Wednesday, and it looks like a lot of that starts to push out. And then by Wednesday late afternoon, there's like 4 p.m. This is where things get kind of interesting on Wednesday because the heaviest rain is going to be pushing through earlier in the day. But as we get into Wednesday afternoon, we're going to watch these individual storm cells in central and southern Louisiana. And again, the southeastern portions of the Arklatex. There is going to be a marginal severe weather threat on Wednesday, but it all depends on where that warm front sets up because there's going to be a warm front pushing through the area on Wednesday. So again, we're going to see some morning rain. And then as we get into Wednesday afternoon, the potential that we could see a few stronger storm cells developing there. It's mostly going to be, I'd say, down towards Alexandria, but, Natchitoches could see some impacts from that as well. And you can see by, this is 6 p.m. on Wednesday, you can see the stronger storms kind of pushing out of the Arklatex by that time. But again, when you look at our rainfall totals, they're pretty impressive, and that's why we do have a flood watch. So again, flood watch has been issued for at least our Louisiana parishes underneath that flood watch, and also we're talking about portions of eastern Texas and also far southern portions of Arkansas underneath that flood watch. And again, this is how much rain we're expecting over the next 2 days, at least according to this forecast model. And you can see some pretty decent rainfall amounts there, anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of rain across the southeastern portions of the Arklatex. So again, that's our rainfall forecast from the HRRR. Let's take a look at the North American model. And again, these are just different forecast models that I'm showing you guys. This is actually the new run. I believe this just came in. So we'll see what that's showing. And again, my computer's a little slow, so we'll let that load up for a second. And again, let me make sure this is the new run. So this is the brand new model run that just came in of the North American model. And let's see what it's showing for rainfall. And as you can see there, rainfall amounts are not as impressive on this. This takes us through Thursday morning. So maybe not quite as impressive as what the HRRR was showing. This would suggest more in the way of like 1 to 2 inches of rain. I think this is actually a little bit underdone. I think the rainfall is going to be a little bit heavier than what you see on here, but there are still some variance in the forecast models. Some of them are saying a lot, some of them saying not so much. So we'll just have to kind of see how that plays out. And let's take a look at what the North American model is showing as far as the reflectivities. So this is kind of what it's showing as far as rainfall. And as you can see, this is overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. So again, not a lot going on out there this evening. We're seeing a few sprinkles, a few light showers out there right now. But as we get into the overnight hours tonight, and then especially into tomorrow, that's when that rain's going to get heavier. So this is, as we get into tomorrow morning, this is 6 a.m. on Tuesday. So you can see that heavier band of rain is pushing in from the west. It's really going to form first up around I-30, and then it's going to kind of drop its way south throughout the morning. So again, this is around 6 a.m. on your, hold on, let me go backwards here. So again, that's about, hold on one second. So this is 6 a.m. on Tuesday. You can see that this is tomorrow morning. And then we get into about 10 o'clock in the morning. You can still see that rain is pretty much set up right along I-20, southwest to northeast orientation of that rainfall. And then as we head through midday on Tuesday, still seeing some widespread rain there. And then we get into Tuesday evening, and you can see that that rain is still pretty heavy. So this is a problem. It's going to kind of sit over the same area hour after hour. So this is Tuesday at 6 p.m. You can still see that heavier rainfall there to the south. And then we get into overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. So you can see more heavy rain developing. And this kind of showing, this is a little bit of a different model solution than the other one, but it is showing the potential for some stronger storms there on Wednesday. So again, that's Wednesday's forecast. You can see maybe some stronger storms developing. So we'll keep our eyes on that. I'm really not expecting a widespread severe weather event on Wednesday, but there could be some strong storms. This is later Wednesday afternoon. There's that cold front coming through. And right along the leading edge of that cold front, that's where we could see maybe some stronger storms. So we'll keep an eye on that. And again, that's the North American model. And then if I can, if my computer will let me, I want to show you kind of a long range forecast here. And let's see here. So we got a stronger system on the way by this upcoming weekend. So we got the one coming through tomorrow and Wednesday. That's going to bring some widespread rain. There's a second system that we're tracking that's going to move in as we get closer to the weekend. And this is the one that actually could bring a bit of a severe weather threat. So let's see here. All right, so we're looking at a different forecast model here. This is the European model. And so this is our first system coming through. Again, this is going to be during the day tomorrow. So you can see that heavy rain pushes through during the day tomorrow. And then we get a second wave of this on Wednesday. Here's Wednesday's forecast, still seeing that. And then, let's see here. So again, that's Wednesday's round of rain. And then that pushes through. Finally, we get that cold front coming in. So that's going to bring in some colder air. Then we get a little bit of a break. So we're going to get a break in the rainfall for Thursday and Friday. And then we get into the weekend. So this is, we get into this upcoming weekend. We're talking Saturday. And this is a much stronger system coming through and a strong front. And so we are a little bit concerned about some severe weather coming up this Saturday in the Arklatex. So, we'll keep you updated on that. It's still several days away, but we have a strong cold front coming in. And again, this is our forecast for Saturday afternoon. And, there are some parameters coming together, which make us somewhat concerned about Saturday's forecast. We'll have to see what happens there, but there is the potential for some severe weather here on Saturday. And then that all pushes through and we get a blast of some really cold air. I want to talk about that real quick, and then I got to actually jump off because I got to actually get back to work here because I got to do the 10 p.m. But let's take a look at our temperatures real fast because we got a lot of crazy swings in temperatures coming our way. So, and again, I apologize. These numbers might be kind of hard to see, but you can get the general idea. Oranges and yellows, that's warmer air. The blues, that's the colder air. So watch what happens here. This is during the next couple of days. This is tomorrow's forecast. We're kind of staying in that cooler air for a while. And then we get into Wednesday. We see that kind of warmer air trying to make its way back in, kind of moving in from the southwest. So Wednesday, we do have some potential for some strong storms. We'll keep an eye on that. Then some colder air moves in. Look at this. This is by Thursday morning. So we could drop below freezing. Those are temperatures in the low 30s. All that cold air is going to come blasting its way south behind that front. So we get a shot of some much colder air moving in on Thursday. So Thursday morning, likely starting off near freezing. Thursday afternoon, we're going to see highs in the 40s pretty much the entire day. And then we get into the upcoming weekend. So we get some warmer air coming in on Saturday out ahead of that front. So here's the front coming in next Saturday, this upcoming Saturday. So here's that front coming through right there. That warm air comes in out ahead of it. So that's why we could see some severe weather on Saturday. And then as that blasts its way in, look at this shot of cold air coming in got some really, really cold air. So winter is not done at all. Hopefully you haven't done any planting yet because it is way too early for that. And this is our forecast by this upcoming weekend. So we're going to get that cold front coming in on Saturday. That cold front is going to bring the potential for some severe weather on Saturday, but look at all this cold air coming in behind this front. That's below freezing. So pretty much anything that you see in that blue is below freezing. And so it looks like by the time we get into this next Sunday, so we're talking, just under about 6 days from now. So next Sunday, we got some really cold air dropping south. We could see, temperatures dropping into the 20s and wind chills potentially in the teens. So we do have some much, much colder air on the way. But anyway, guys, I want to wrap this up. Just wanted to do a quick little Facebook Live for you, do a little update talking about, again, just kind of recapping. We have showers moving in tonight, and then we have widespread rain on the way for Tuesday. That rain could be heavy at times tomorrow, and that rain's going to continue off and on throughout the day tomorrow, and then into tomorrow night, more heavy rain on the way. And it looks like we could see more heavy rain for Wednesday as well. So the next 2 days looking pretty wet. Could see, 2 to 4 inches of rain across the area. So we could see some localized flooding. Then we get a break Thursday, Friday, and then we get another round of heavy rain as we get into the weekend. That front on Saturday is the one that I'm showing right here. And that's the one that could bring a potential severe weather threat. So we'll keep an eye on that. It's still a few days away, several days away, but that system over the weekend, definitely going to really keep a close eye on that one. But anyway, guys, thank you for joining me. I know this was kind of a brief Facebook Live, but I got to head back into work and get ready to do our 10 p.m. newscast. So catch me there if you missed this, or I think this will stay saved on Facebook, so you can go back and look at this if you want. But again, join me at 10 p.m. on KSLA News 12, and I'll have another update on all the latest data, and we will talk about what looks like a very, very stormy week ahead of us, and much colder as well. So we got some colder air on the way for sure. All right, guys, I will talk to you soon, and we'll see you at 10 o'clock.